Well, here we are for round 2. Welcome to the Hivemind podcast, everybody. I'm one of your hosts, here to Phyrexia, aka Kyle Kelly.
And what's up, everyone? I'm MTG Cranium 707, your be-all, know-all for slivers, and welcome to the Hivemind, episode 2.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for showing up, and we can get this going. Also, I want to congratulate two of our friends on one of the platforms we're on actually got preview cards and badges. We know who they are. One of them is we've known for a very long time, and the other one is newer to the community. So Dez and Callie, congratulations. That's awesome. I know.
Congratulations to both of you.
Yeah.
Very, very much,
well deserved.
You guys deserve it.
Well deserved.
You guys have been doing so great.
Yeah, well deserved. I want to thank also the Cauldron Boys. We got my Atraxa deck, so that's awesome. And real quick, I also want to jump into our first subject.
But before we do that, I'd also like to give a big shout out to everyone that watched our first episode and listened to it. Thank you guys a lot. It means the world. I was not expecting that, and you guys are awesome, and hopefully more to come.
Yeah, thank you for all the love that you guys showed and always the support. Anybody that supports us, just know that eventually we will probably have a Patreon if you so want to, but we will never have our podcast behind a paywall. All right.
So, subject number 2. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about the sets. We just had Thunder Dungeon, and now we have Modern Horizons 3 that has 4 commander decks tacked onto it.
Right.
I just honestly
which is strange for Modern Horizons, because it's supposed to be a modern set, and they're doing. I get it. Commander is the most popular format. Sorry for all the Commander haters out there, but
yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually pretty sure Commander carries Magic now. Like, if it wasn't for Commander, I think there wouldn't be Magic the Gathering. Be honest.
I think it would not be as popular as it is, and each format has its own unique style of play, unique something that it brings to Magic community, whether you like Modern or Pioneer or Commander, CDH or anything like that. As long as you're playing the game, that's all that freaking matters.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely. I don't play all the formats, but I used to play Standard when I first started playing Magic. But Standard, the cards were only legal for a year. I just got tired of buying cards, so I wanted to play an Eternal format. And, well, here we are in 2024 with Commander,
right?
Which they have undoubtedly printed so many precons and I think the last 2 years have been the biggest hitters. Like, we get 5 precons a set, and that's just I used to be able to be like, oh man, I can get all the precons and they'll call it good. I'm just like, now I don't know. Right. Now I don't even get any. You know what I mean? So it's
right. One really has to stick out for me to actually. I think the last one that I got was from Dave the Hobbyist, which was the Warhammer 40k, the Tyranids, for obvious reasons. But
right,
yeah, there's a lot. The product fatigue is real, man. They are just pushing out so much product, and I don't know if it's Wizards of the Coast or if it's Hasbro or who it is, but it's it almost seems like it's being forced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like I'm excited for a couple sets, right? Bloomberg looks pretty cool. Let's not forget about that one. I think that one did that one come out before.
Oh, dude, the precon that says, what is that? Make trash, gruel, smash. Let's go, baby. That's the best.
Right. Yeah.
That's the best selling point for me. You keep putting shit like that on a precon. I'm probably gonna buy it.
Right. It really has to stand out, and that right there. I mean, just because you said that, I may pick one up. It's How many sets did we have last year? Let me look that up real.
I mean, I know
Like
we had
there.
Phyrexia Obi-Wan, right? That's the first one we started with. Then we had I don't actually know the timeline. There were so many. But it seems like this year
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
This year too, we've had like a set every month. It seems like I'm just like, holy moly, you know?
it seems like get like a little break in between everything. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like here we go. You had Wilds of Eldraine. You know, you had the Lost Caverns of this is all last year. Lost Caverns of or no. Yeah, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Doctor Who.
Yeah,
You know, all these different sets that are just like, hey, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. And you know, Dominaria Remastered, which Dominaria Remastered, I did not miss on like, I think I missed on one pack. But that probably for me was the best set that I could get. Just
gotcha.
because I got cards that I did, you know, like that Force of Will that I traded you for the Ragavan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of value in that deck, and I know you were excited about like Phyrexia will
Oh
be
yeah,
one,
all will be one.
obviously for obvious
I spent
reasons.
way too much money on that set. God.
It was ridiculous, but I know like for you that was super exciting, and like last year, the one that I predominantly loved the most because I'm a huge nerd of it is the Lord of the Rings set.
Oh
So
man.
we got so and that was all the hype because the one of one ring, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone was going nuts trying to find, and it was almost to a point like when I was down in LA, you know, a few weeks back, and I got to meet up with Ferbalicious, and we went to this LGS down there. Sweet LGS, super cool. The owner of it's a big Batman fan apparently because there was just Batman paraphernalia everywhere. It was a really nice place, and we were talking to them about that, and they were like, "Well, we got broken into 3 different times by the same people, and they were trying to take all the Lord of the Rings stuff to find the one of one. It caused this big
Jeez.
stir, right, because of that." And it's like that's almost. I'm hoping that's not what Magic's going to be going into is bullshit like that. I think we reached the 2 minute mark, so we can do it,
Yeah.
but
Don't worry about it.
is stupid shit like that where it's just like, oh, I have to have this card, I have to have this card, I have to have this card, so I'm going to do stupid crap in order to get this card. And I will always preach no matter what. You don't have to buy every single set. Obviously, if you're a modern player, sure, you'll have to keep up with it, and I hope you have a good damn job because that's about the only way you're going to be able to keep up with that
Yeah, for
nonsense.
real.
And that's why, like you said, I think that's why Commander is so popular because there is no real restrictions. I mean, yes, they have a ban list, which is
Stupid.
stupid, but um, it's just plain and simply stupid. Like free my boy Godos, okay? But
No, gifts ungiven,
um,
man. Free gifts ungiven. Let's go.
free gifts and release the damn profit. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Profit crew fix is not that bad, and if you disagree, um, you're just bad.
You're just bad.
You're just bad. There's too much removal out there, and I'll preach that. It's a creature. Now, if it was an enchantment or artifact, yes, I could see it being
It's funny.
ruthlessly brutal,
It's
but
funny you say that.
it's a
It's just
damn
a
creature.
creature. But whenever you get a Dranith drops against you, you don't have any removal in your hand.
Listen, that stupid son of a bitch can stay out of your decks, man. Okay, like, that thing. If you don't have your commander out, it's like, I'll just go fuck myself then. I
Yeah.
guess like that.
Yeah.
That one video that you sent me or you tagged me in, like douchebag. That should be a proxy card. And if there's anyone out there that makes proxies, find the douchiest douche that you can for the art, and just put at the top douchebag, and put Dranith Magistrate in little italics right underneath it because that's what that card is.
That's so funny. God dang it, man.
Even though I run it in any deck that has white, because
Right? Literally, it's just that good. It's like the one stacks piece that's just universally good.
right. You mix that with knowledge pool, and then yeah, you lock the whole game out for everybody.
Yeah. Or Uba
But you
Mask.
know, and the what?
I think another one's Uba Mask, but I think that's an older one that nobody uses anymore.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, man, you know, like there's just so many sets that are coming out each and every single year, and it seems like Modern Horizons 3 has Commander precons, which makes kind of sense because it's popular, but it doesn't because it's supposed to be a modern set, right?
Yeah, you think like
And let's just break the ice on this one. You Eldrazi players have too much goddamn product. Okay, you got the original with Zuladoc or whatever the hell that stupid Cascade bullshit was, and now you're getting more. While the Slivers
dude,
got a subpar
I was about to say
deck.
is somebody a little jealous here that the noodle mommies are getting their the fix in?
I'm salty as hell with that shit because it's like we got the Grave Mother where the legendary rule doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay, what other legendaries are you giving us? Oh, Rukarumel. Okay, Rukarumel is good for like combining, kindred decks together. The Slivdrazi is going to be a thing. What else did you give us? Bullshit. That's what she gave us with a bunch of freaking. Oh, it's a search land. It's a fast. Those aren't fast lands.
Hey, I got a question. Is this what it's? Is this what it's like being the sliver guy?
Yeah, fucking it is. Like,
oh Jesus!
I don't understand where they get off. And this is going out to Gavin Verhey. Okay, bud. Listen, I have an idea for you. Because there was that one video I saw where I learned something new about slivers, and I was like, holy shit. Where that one planeswalker was going through the door of destinies, right? And it slammed shut on him, cutting him into like a billion freaking slivers. Okay, so here's my idea. You bring 3 new legendary slivers, right? Never seen before. Make up whatever kind of bullshit you want to put on the slivers. It can almost be like a meld card, right? Like the Gisela Eldrazi Nightmare Angel, where if you have those 3 and you do something like pay something or whatever, if you have those 3 slivers, then they transform into that planeswalker.
Are you trying to make Gavin
the slivers deserve a damn planeswalker, Gavin? Give us a damn planeswalker.
Are you asking Gavin to make Sliver Exodia? Because that's hilarious.
Absolutely, I am asking him to make Sliver Exodia. It is, and while you're at it, you might as well give us like an idea that I've always had is a diabolic sliver where you sacrifice 3 slivers and pay X amount of life and then search for slivers. It's a sliver tutor. Okay, Overlord is there. Cool, great, wonderful. But this actually balances it rather than, just pay 3 and with Training Grounds you pay 1 and you search for a sliver. Everyone hates it. It's boring. Make some new shit.
I'm dead, man. That's so funny. Oh, jeez.
Phyrexia got a bunch of shit now. Eldrazi's getting some new shit. I want more slivers.
What are you talking about? Phyrexia's got a bunch of stuff. We just got hammered in the lore. That's all we got.
yeah, you did, but you got like what 2 or 3? Say you got All Will Be One, March of the Machines, and Aftermath. You got 3 full fucking sets. Poison and insects and. I was trying to find the soundboard. I couldn't find it. Oh, there we go.
Oh man, I'm dead.
It's a bunch of,
yeah, there you go.
That's what I feel about it.
I got Elish though, and I have made people's lives miserable with that card. I'm not gonna lie,
including myself.
Yeah, including you.
Remember that one time you shut off my Omnath deck with Mommy, and I couldn't get rid of it?
Yeah, you sat there for 45 minutes doing nothing.
I was just like, cool, play a land, pass turn. Cool, play a land, pass turn. Like, there was no being able to exile.
Right. So onto that, and even
because of Heir to Phyrexia, if you bring out Mommy in a pod with me, you're target number 1 until Mommy's gone. Old Pizza Head's going to exile too. So, it's not going to graveyard. You're not going to be able to get it back.
So this kind of goes into another topic that because the rules committee for Commander, right? And then you have, the advisory group and all them. They wanted to ban Elish Norn like before the get-go, before it even came out. Like I remember seeing a video. I remember seeing a video.
Pan-worthy?
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, well, it's just the Pan Harmonicon. But a stacked piece, is it really that bad? Nah. I've actually played
Pan Harmonicon.
I've played quite a few games with it, and like you said, it's on a stick, so it's removal. It gets removed. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is target it and whatever your game plan's
Right. I
back
mean,
online.
if it had ward or like hexproof, it would
Oh
completely be
man,
broken. But
yeah, like
you're
Ward.
still able. You know, if like you cast it from your hand, it has Ward 3 or some shit, or Ward 4, like that one degenerate dinosaur where if you cast it from your hand, it has like Ward 1,000 or some stupid shit. You know, Des, you can confirm which one it is, but
Yeah,
yeah, man. And it seems like after that there wasn't a lot of cards where they were like, we need to ban this. We need to ban this before it even
right.
comes out.
Like, look at the
There's
Otter.
no discussion of that
You
anymore.
know, it's like when Ikoria came out the year before. The Otter just got banned before the set even came out. You know what I mean? Like,
it's an otter.
I remember the Hole Breacher. Like, who brought this up? It was Mook Dubs made a video about Hole Breacher.
There's Mook Dubs, yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I remember getting a copy of that card, right? And I was like, oh sweet, I finally got one, but I never got to play it because they banned it. You know, with Golos, I think those were the 2 cards they banned that round. And I think those are the actual last 2 cards that they have actually banned for a commander, and that was in 2019, I believe. Was that COVID? I don't remember what year it was, but those are the last 2 cards, and they haven't really and they've actually gone back through and and said, okay, well, we're not gonna mess with the format too much. I think is the direction they're going, and hopefully it stays that way because
what
I do not like it. Hold on.
What's that one black blue card that's pretty much Hole Breacher?
Oh.
And he even mentioned it. Because he was like in the video, he goes, until my boy. Oh, Notion Thief. That's what it is. Notion Thief.
Notion Thief is not. Notion Thief's not banned though, and it doesn't give you treasures. It gives you cards. But it's kind of the same concept,
and it's just one more.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing, but not the same thing at the same time.
Right.
It's just like Seedborn Muse is Prophet of Crufix, but not at the same time. Like, why isn't that shit banned?
Right, and it's just so good.
The ban list makes no fucking sense at all. Like,
yeah.
Because you can go infinite. You know how many other commanders you can go infinite with?
On turn 1?
Stupid. Ken and you sneeze and you go infinite. Like, what the shit? But Cannon's still a thing.
Look at Crick. Like,
yeah.
Man, there's just so many, like you said. And honestly, I don't want people, like, governing our commander games, even in tournament play. You know what I mean? Look, if you look at the past couple of years, it's always been the same commanders in tournament play. Granted, I don't play in tournaments. You know, I probably will eventually, but I've just been watching like the same commanders always on top, and it's always the same players like winning with these commanders. You know what I mean? Or they'll switch the commander and start winning with another commander, which pushes that. You know what I mean?
Even though some of them winners aren't really winners, but that's for another episode.
Yeah, for real. We won't get into that today. That's funny.
I'm going to say it's cheater, pumpkin eater.
Oh, they're always around.
But it's like, yeah, like you'll see, and that's what a lot of people have, a problem with CDH. Sorry, I'm eating some dinner. I'm having, this isn't, sponsored by Little Caesars, but that shit's delicious.
Right.
People have problems with CDH and regular EDH because EDH, casual play, whether it be casual or high power casual or whatnot, you have a lot more creativity. Whereas CDH, you see majority of the decks run the same damn cards.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying is you're going
to see all the good mana rocks. You're going to see all the good counter spells. You're going to see all, Jessica's Will is going to be in there.
All the best cards. Like you're literally
like that.
You're going to have all the best cards. So literally every CDH cell is basically 75% the same or more.
Right.
A couple.
And some, like the food chain combo is a huge one in anything that runs freaking green and red or
green blue
in general. Right, green blue or green blue red. And then throw Eternal Scourge in there, and you have 3 different ways to food chain. It's like, okay, cool, but it's still a legitimate, way of winning the game. Especially like Atraxa Grand Unifier, stupidly good. Atali, ridiculously good.
Right, but so check this out. So we play CDH, right? So you take you basically take my Pantlaza deck apart. You leave the structure in, but you take out the fast mana, right?
Right.
So now it's not CDH anymore. So now it's a combo deck, and that's it, right? It's not a CDH deck anymore. It's called
down. You just can't get to that combo as fast as
right
you would
now. It's just a combo deck, but players still complain about it being CDH. You see what I'm saying? Because they're not used to playing with either players like that or cards like that. You know, and realistic
like casual. It seems like casuals. No, I want to punch people in the face to win. I don't want to win off a combo. I just want to swing, and I want to play a 19-hour game.
Yeah, no, which is fine. Like, but you know, a lot of us can't play a 19-hour game. You know, I cannot personally play a 3-hour game. It's not in the books anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
and it's like, I was talking to Dave the other day, and it seems as though the meta of CDH is shifting. You're not seeing a lot of stacks pieces apparently in these decks. Everyone's mainly going for like speed.
Yes.
Which brings me to almost done with it, but the first chain or the first sliver food chain combo deck is going to be relevant again, I think, in CDH, and I cannot wait.
Well, you have to make it relevant. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying is like if you can pilot that deck 100% every single game and you take it to a tournament and you take first in that tournament, you're going to get noticed. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
And the price is going to spike on the first sliver.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but you're going to get a lot of players talking about you and your first sliver food chain deck. That's just how it works. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then they'll
it was like top 5, I think, back in the day when CDH was like a first thing.
Right.
That's what mainly people were going for, was just straight. I feel the need for speed, baby, and the first sliver did it the best.
Right, but now you got commanders like Pantlaza or Atraxa, you know, which
or Atali. Atali is just like the first sliver is fast, but Atali's fast while playing everyone else's deck. Like Atali don't pay no taxes, and it's some bullshit.
Yeah, you're just mad because you've been slapped by Atali a couple times before.
And you steal my kitty all the time, you little bastard.
Hey, I like Displacer Kitten too, okay?
Displacer Kitten stealer. Stop touching my kitty.
Oh, man.
In fact, I think that deserves a...
Yeah, yes, it does. I do love stealing people's Displacer Kittens, and I can attest to that. It's funny.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Not only me, too. You've done it to Dave, which was absolutely hilarious.
You guys aren't the only people I've done it to, though. Like, every time I take that deck to a table.
Oh, I know.
Even in person. Like
I still remember when we played that one game with Lexi Dan.
Oh, yeah.
You got Displacer Kitten off the rip, then you got Mommy, and then you got Yarok, and then you got freaking Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
So it was like one trigger equaled like 6. It's just, and I'm sitting there being like, Dan, take out Displacer Kitten. I'm gonna pat the exile Atali. What are you doing?
Yeah. No, that was too much. You were just like, okay, we're done here.
Yeah, I spooked. I'm like, let's go on to the next game. You win.
Yeah. And there's games like that because honestly, even with the Traxa players, and you can attest to this, I just don't like watching them play through their win con unless obviously we're in a tournament. We're going to make them play through the win con to where they hopefully mess up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But like in our pod, I'm just but see, like in our pod, I'm just like, I would rather just say, okay, you get the W, I concede because I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes watching you, get through your deck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ophi.
And I was just about to say that. On top of that,
Ophi.
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 Targeting me. What did I do to you, Ophi? No, and I was going to say that, like, if you guys want your games to speed up a little bit more, if you, like, say you're playing against somebody that's playing a powered down Atraxa Grand Unifier deck. Okay, they're starting to pop off. They're starting to Flicker of Fate. They're starting to displace their kid and mommy combos, right? Okay. Instead of playing this out and watching you play for 35 minutes, tell me what's going to happen. What are you going for right now?
Right.
Oh, you're going for that combo to win the game? Okay, cool. You win. Let's play another.
Yeah, that's where
It's
I'm at.
going to get you more games in a shorter amount of time without having the saltiness.
Right.
Like there's still gonna be a little bit of salt, but if you have a good pod like we do, like I'm sorry, yeah, we may talk shit to each other in the pod, like you know what, F yourself. But at the same time, we're not serious because we're having fun as friends.
Yeah, that's
And
like the
that's what
biggest.
the
That's
whole
the
fucking
biggest
thing is
difference.
about. We talk shit, but right. Like don't take it so personally. Just be like, okay, cool, you won. I'm gonna run this one back, and you guys can play whatever you want, but I'm gonna kick your ass. And that's gonna, like it's one of those things, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna get slapped with an Otawara. Ophi.
Ophi.
Oh, jeez.
Golly. That was a fun night of Magic, though.
Oh man,
Like,
that
straight
was
up.
too much.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Right.
no, that was awesome. I loved
It was,
playing.
and it was just random, too. We just hopped in live, and then Ophi popped up, and we're like, hey, you want to play? Yeah, I'll be right on. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a lot of the times why I stream is because people can play with us that way, and they just see us come on, and they can be like, hey, do you want to play? We got a spot.
And a shout out to the Cauldron Boys. I know we haven't figured out a time.
Yes.
Hopefully this Saturday, we'll be able to get a 4-pod in with the infamous Cauldron Boys, which I would love to. They seem like some swell fellas.
Right.
And I want you guys to bring the heat. I'm not just asking. I'm telling you, bring the heat.
Well, they kind of got a one up on me because they know one of my lists.
That's okay. I almost think it's time for you to bring Jim Cataxius out of retirement, bro.
Oh man.
It may not be quote unquote CDH. That sucker's 50-0. Okay.
Yeah.
That's viable.
Yep, it is viable. It's
I
one
don't
of
even
the.
think you've shown me that list. You've just played it against me and like kicked my teeth in.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and so getting back to the subject, we just went a big old circle around different parts of the community and different parts of the game, but product fatigue, right?
Yeah.
Like you and me talked about a while ago, not each set is going to have like these super crazy, oh my God, I have to have that card, CDH, you might see one, you might
Right.
see two. And what brings that into the CDH world? Like, I'm happy to be in our pod. I'm also on a Facebook group of CDH players, and a lot of people pose the questions with the new ones, like, is CDH viable? And I go through the comments, and I get different, sometimes it's 50-50. Some people are just straight up, no, not
Right.
at all.
Right.
Like with Outlaws Junction, I remember you, me, and Dave talking about this, being the one that was the quote-unquote food chain killer, right?
Mhm.
Anything you play from Exile or Graveyard costs 2 more. While, yes, it could stop the combo at the time, cool, they're just going to get rid of it because it's a creature.
Right.
They're easier to get rid of.
Or it's going to get countered,
than
yada,
others.
yada, yada, yada,
Right.
And that's the thing.
Right.
But
there's
that's
a lot of different ways to deal with it.
a lot of the ways to look at cards. Will it see play? Yeah, not in every deck, though,
Right.
But see, cards like that don't advance your own board. So that's why I don't put them in my decks personally. You know what I mean? I want to go the fastest I possibly can to get to the win condition with my deck. That is the sole purpose of CDH. Now, if we're playing cards like
that's
that,
where the meta is shifting.
right? And if I'm playing cards like that, it takes away from the speed of my deck. You know what I mean?
Right.
It might stop a win, sure, but it's not going to advance my board state. You know what I mean?
Right. Or there was that other one where it was like a quote unquote underworld breach combo killer.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
It's a creature. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay 2
And
for everything
cool
cast out of the
them,
graveyard or whatever. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The Thunder Deduction cards. Honestly, the only card that was really viable is Molten Duplication. That literally went into everybody's Atali deck. Molten Duplication. It's the token copier that copies an artifact too. Copies a creature and an artifact.
I'll say that, and the Brizzly Cactus guy.
Yeah, there's a few commanders too. Like I have a which you'll see soon, but I have a loot deck, a CDH loot deck that I will be playing probably.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. Next time we play, I'm playing First Sliver against it.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
see how it
it's
does.
not as fast as my other decks, but it gives good card advantage early in the game, and I think that's key. That commander checks every box for CDH. You know what I mean? At least for me.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
we'll
And
see.
that's, it doesn't have to be a part of the meta to be a CDH. If you feel it's that, get in some CDH pods and see how it does.
Yeah.
And then adjust from there. And then, go back, play again, adjust. Keep adjusting until it gets to that point where it's like, this thing's fast and it's gonna wreck lives.
Yep. It's just you just got to keep trying. That's the way I look at it.
Yep.
Your card
Keep
evaluation.
swimming.
One thing that I noticed when I started playing CDH a lot is my card evaluation got better. You know what I mean? There's cards that just don't cut it anymore. You know what I mean? Because they only do like one thing. I mean, yeah, we do one thing good, but then they make a card that does that thing plus another thing, and then they tack on like, let's say, whatever, a ward or something to it. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, that card is just like 1,000 times better. That's where we need to go with CDH. Okay, right?
Right.
So, and casting costs too.
Exactly.
There's CMC.
Right.
Whatever it is.
CMC, how many things can it do in one? Like look at your favorite card, Drana and Linvala.
Yeah.
That's that's an evil card, but it does multiple things.
Right.
And it's a 4 CMC, something like that. So it's not like super cheap, but you can still get it fast.
Yeah, you can get it out fast. So yeah, and that's the thing when you evaluate commanders, that's what you want to look for. Is it good enough? Right. Do you have interaction, the best interaction in your deck? Which Naya really doesn't, but you've seen what Penlaza can do. I've been shredding people with that.
Oh, deck. Don't say that. Big Country's going to come after you after that one for Naya.
Yeah, well, Dez will try to too, but he saw what happened.
I know.
He saw what happened last time.
The only one that's viable for Naya is Pantsless.
Yeah,
everyone loves Penlaza.
Yeah,
and yes, that is a Rip Ekashath Dino. Fight me.
Jeez, we're just gonna start fights on this podcast. Is what we're doing, everybody.
Absolutely.
We're just okay. So we're on to the section of where we're just gonna talk shit about your commanders. Okay. So yeah, Dez, you're number one. Yeah, Gishath, he's out. Pantsless is in. Sorry, bud. That's just how it is.
Sorry, bud. Just can't do it. Oh, Eldrazi? Yeah. Zula'Doc's evil, and I've got my shit just wrecked by it, by MTG King. I want a rematch, first of all. But y'all are getting so much. Like, I just saw one that was ridiculously good. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It was like, why? Why do you guys need that?
Right.
It is Breaker of Creation. When you cast this spell, you gain 1 life for each colorless permanent you control. Oh, spoiler alert, Eldrazi are all colorless. And hexproof from each color and Annihilator too. First of all, Wizards, I thought you were going to stop printing shit that had Annihilator on it, but no, you did. That's some bullshit. And it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Eldrazi, you're bullshit, okay?
Yeah, so if you'd like us to rip on your commander, just, write in the comments and we'll make fun of you for it.
Yeah, write in the comments what commanders. We can even do like a segment where like 5 minutes of we're just going to talk shit about your commanders.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, that was a lot.
That was.
that was a lot to take.
But you know what? We covered a lot. We went in a big circle, then came back, and then went in a big circle again, and then we came back to talking shit about commanders.
Right?
I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, I mean, I once again, I want to say thank you to everyone that is supporting this podcast, watching it. Don't forget to, I'm going to sound like my son when he watches YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah.
Because that's going to help this channel push forward.
Yeah. Also, it's always nice to see feedback too as well. We always want to get better.
Absolutely.
Also, before we get going, yeah, we do have a lot of stuff coming up. I won't announce it on this podcast. I know quite a lot of you are wanting to be on here as guests, which is fine. Just remember, we have a long list, so it's going to be a little bit, at least until we get a few more episodes in, and then we'll start inviting some people in.
But we do have a list.
Yes.
And by the time you will be on there, and I am super stoked to get more people involved in the community.
Yep.
Not just big names. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'd be cool to talk to the professor, but I want to talk to people that are not in the inner circle a lot. It'd be cool to get a couple of them, but I want to talk to people in the community that are a part of this more than just a figure of it, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, that's the big difference, because we actually interact with our community, right? That's what
Right.
makes us different than from other people. So, and we're not behind a
It's been a
paywall.
journey, and I love
You know what I mean?
all the talks and all the back and forth and all the let's play a game of, well, what if I had infinite cards in my hand and we're just going to counterspell everything? I have so much fun with that, and I really do, and I appreciate every single one of our followers, every single person that comes
and
on,
not
comments,
and not
likes,
and not just on our platforms, like across the
right,
platforms. People that are jumping
right,
ship to see what we're doing. It's crazy to see that, but it's really fun to watch.
right.
And watch everybody grow.
Oh yeah,
And
yep.
yeah. Also, Dragon Shield, give us a shout out someday. Come on, Dragon Shields.
Let's take Ultra Pro down. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, then. I think I'm done for this episode, and I'll see you guys next time.
And everyone, just remember, for the Hive. Thanks for coming by.